All right, I'm back up. Let's go. Kurt. Okay, yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I think it got kicked off of damn Comcast. Probably a bunch of liberals or something, feminists trying to stop everything. You know, Batman. I got a vasectomy when my youngest was in the womb, so there's no reason for you to get life insurance unless you have offspring or a wife. Excuse me. The reality is your credit cards typically have a death benefit, like 10 to 15,000 used to. So if you died, I mean, geez, get cremated. 10 grand is enough for a funeral. So tell whoever you got a credit card, it's got a death benefit. That's all you need. So anyhow, Jawara, you got to just, I love the dreads, but if you're losing them, that's one thing. Because you need a big, thick, full head of hair to see that. But if you lose it, you're going to look good anyway. So who cares? Reinvent yourself, right? I know your dreads are cool and people are, specific with long hair and it's part of them, but you can also reinvent yourself. So that's the deal. Life insurance is a scam to me unless you have little kids or a wife. I would agree. Get $500,000 if you needed to. That's all you need. Women today, Mr. Yambito. Hello, brother. Neighbor regrets his hair. I've never seen a good hair transplant. I think hair transplants only work if you have very little where they can move part of the hair. But if you're balding like stage 6 or whatever, forget it. Like I had no donor hair ever. So crazy. Edgar Neal, sup, man? It's good to see you. We are talking about you or her. Which choice are you going to make? And the choice of you being happy with putting her first is going to be very difficult. It is a road that is treacherous, rocky, windy, in the desert with no water to sustain you. It is a road that will not get you to the right place. That is what you do if you put her first. You will push a rock uphill. Good. Bald men unite. Here's how you pick women. Talk and interact with them as you would a retarded 4-year-old. Absolutely. David knocking on your door. Hello, everyone. Have you ever had any clingy women or women you couldn't get rid of? Yes. Okay, if you try to get rid of them, they're going to push towards you. It's the push and pull. So this is how you deal with a needy woman. You get twice as needy. And then they walk. Do not push them away because they'll chase after you. They want what they can't have. So now you become ultra needy. Women follow the social media agenda. It's not genuine interest in a guy for him. It's just for what he's willing to give her. Yes. My happiness isn't necessary for evolution to persist. Correct. So my contentment is necessary. Their happiness is irrelevant. Yes. I've been shaving since 1993. So we're probably in the same, very close. Timmy, what are your thoughts about men going to Brazil? I think it's tricking. I think Brazilian women are beautiful and Brazilian culture is great, but it's still female nature. You can't, the internet has decimated and made literally everything's flat. If they have the internet or a phone, they are just like Western women. Just delayed a little. Have you ever met a woman that smells bad down there? Yes. Tuna boat is what it's called. I've had married women block the door when they tried to leave. when I tried to leave. Yep, that makes sense. Then you get ultra needy. That's how they get rid of you. Marvelous Marlon Hagler died after taking the Yeah, I saw that. I remember watching him. So I bet Timmy Kramer and John Boston remember him too. Kurt Shamrock. Let's see. Is it still freezing? Because this is annoying. Men should stop approaching women. It shows weakness. Yes, it does, AR. Yes, it does. Enjoy women, but never take them serious. Yes, just treat them like a 5-year-old. Get in and get out. If you even use logic to try to make something happen, it ain't going to work, guys. I have learned the best way to succeed is to focus on yourself. Again, there you go. Look at Don Draper from Mad Men. What did he do? He never chased a woman, looked at him, and they had him all over him because he did his purpose. He was mysterious. They cling to that. Again, it's just like Fonzie from Happy Days, if you remember that. Darlie Lambert in the house. Nola Girl, Mrs. Midwest, and Christy Misty are the only women that I've seen understanding why men are avoiding the modern women. I don't know, Ms. Nola Girl, I don't know. I don't know about her. I mean, she says she understands it. She says it, but really, remember, women have a different operating system. That's all I'm going to say. Do you think she wants something from her husband? Do you think she's literally waiting on him day in and day out? She doesn't seem like the gal that does that, but I could be completely mistaken. Trong Lu, Rad, I'm a 72 baby too. Will be 49 in July. Some of your reference makes me laugh. Well, there you go, brother. Let me ask you, are you Vietnamese? Because if you're 72, were you born in the States or did you come over? I have friends that came over. Q Lam, a friend of mine, came over in the 80s during the war. And I don't even know if you're Vietnamese, but I think or Cambodian or Laotian. But if not, okay, yes, you did come over. Gotcha. That's some of the hardest working folks right there. Left a war-torn country and made a great life for themselves over here. And let's ask you this. Vietnamese women are beautiful, gorgeous. Are they like Western women? I'm sure if they're born in the States they are. But don't they have a different sort of mentality from the Vietnamese perspective? Let us know. Be very curious. I want to go visit Vietnam, by the way. You escaped. Well, great to have you, and you got a better life here. I don't want to tell her much. I have no interest in that. Well, then just be really. You got to watch what you say. If you piss them off, they can charge. They can complain and get crazy about you might have done something. Okay, that's the key. How were women in your high school days, brother? Easy to get girlfriends and maintain girlfriends, but female nature is still there. We didn't grow up with social media. I mean, I remember getting on the internet in 1994, 1993 or 4 when AOL was huge. So we didn't have any of that crap. I think female nature was just delayed and nobody understood it yet. And the attention wasn't as bad as it is now. I mean, how are they going to get attention? From schoolboys, from people on the weekend, or from church, or someone in their neighborhood? Now it's everywhere. It's worldwide. The attention is world global. Right? My ex is Vietnam, but she was born here. Okay. Okay, interesting. My ex is Vietnam, but she was born here. Okay. Okay, interesting. Some of those Vietnamese women are beautiful. Your question thus has to be informed by what you said. Women have their own hardware, and it's quite distinct from ours. Yes, they have their own operating system. So regardless of where you're at, they're still going to run on a female narrative. That narrative might be accelerated or delayed, but it's still there. How about having 5 girlfriends? Well, he just doesn't put his heart into it. And all those women are competing for him. So they all love it. They all hate each other, and he gets what he wants. But that'd be a lot to juggle. Have you ever tried juggling 5 women? It's not easy. Timmy, I wish this movement was around years ago. 3 of my buddies committed the S per divorce rate. This movement is needed. I 100% agree with you. I've got 2 of them that did it. I've got a couple others that were taken to the cleaners that are basically emotionally dead. Trying to get them to understand red pill, all they can think about is the pedestal, the fantasy of their ex. They can't imagine living without them. That is what one-itis does. That is what the Mickey Mouse shows have done to us. And this is why we do this. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm not interested in the monetary gains or any of that crap. I want to help people understand how to have a great life, guys, by understanding female nature. We don't hate women. We understand them. Marnie's got almost 700,000 simps. MGTOW Cowboy in the house. Cheers from Chicago. Hey, don't they make that river green or something like that? I just saw a story on that. That's kind of cool. Scott Kalinowski. Thanks, brother. And that is a great reference. Asian women know the game much better than Western women. I would agree with you. Women are not stupid. They are extremely intelligent, smart women. What do you say? What do women say they want a man to chase them? But if they do, they call him thirsty. You can't win playing their game, and you can't win by not playing their game. The only game you can win is playing your own game. Yeah, John, you mentioned that. Oh, I hope he doesn't bring her to the U.S. What an idiot. She's going to get with a bunch of Filipino women. They're going to give her the strategy and the recipe on how to take the guy to the cleaners. It's as simple as that. Mr. Yamabito, 49, going on 50. I only really understand from 16 and even after my divorce, circa 17. I would agree with you. I didn't learn it until 15. None of us knew it because we weren't interested in learning about female nature. We were interested in building a family. Nicholas Hansen, thank you. Good to have you here. Nobody knew what female nature was until we stumbled upon something that broke our heart, went through divorce, went through a breakup, went through cheating, and we all stumbled on YouTube. See, women hate when you figure them out. Yeah. You know what works with women? Silence. You know how they get turned on? Silence. No attention. No eye contact. Mystery and confidence. You're a man going your own way. They're gonna flock to you because you're not thirsty. They can sense it. These women are extremely intelligent creatures. They know the game better than us. We think if we're nicer and we give them everything, they're going to love us. Right? No. They hate us even more. They're more turned off by us being nice and giving them $500 Nordstrom cards. Edgar, it's all about, this information that I like to talk about still hammers to me every day. I take my red pills every single day. We need to get this message out, Juara. We need to get this message out. Women have said this. If the guy chases them, they lose all interest. They want to chase the man. They don't want to catch the man. The moment they catch a man, they're not interested. That's how they work. So don't let them catch you. Matt Downer, 100%. Who was the godfather of the red pill? For me, I would say Big John. That was my guy. Yeah. He laid it down so well. Rollo Tomasi, I think he helped expose and understand female nature, but is he the godfather? You know what? Robert Glover. No, Robert Glover, or even the guy that wrote The Predatory Female back in the 80s. yeah, it's for me, I guess it would depend on who really had the most impact. And for me, it was Big John. I told a woman I don't have enough money, yet she's living in an apartment and I have two homes. Yep. You know what? Here's what I found out. Now, I have nothing against Apple or Android. I have an Apple and I had an Android. Actually, I had a Windows phone that I loved, but no apps for it for work. So I have an Apple because I got it cheaper than the Samsung. Now, I've noticed women with Apples, Apple Watches, Apple phones are very resource driven and very attention seeking. The women that have had Androids, that's a big red flag. Now, it's not because of the price difference. A woman with an Android has more psychological issues, in my perspective. They're more tattooed, more damaged, more than the Apple. That's what I have realized. In fact, if I find out they have an Android, it's like huge red flag. Because most women are hive-minded and they love the Apple ecosystem, the watches, the apps for their Nike running shoes. So when a woman doesn't follow that hive, there's something weird. We were all simps, 100%. When you don't pay attention to women, they get an attitude. They don't know how to handle it because they get so much of it online, Batman. You're right, though. They get bruised, 100%, Edgar. Treat her like your little sister. Refer to her as sis. Call her kid. Hey, kid, what's up? I do that. Patrice O'Neill is a godfather. Yeah, I would say so. George Carlin. He might be even the great godfather. Big John, Board of Truth. Oh, man, I used to watch his stuff all the time. Just on play. I love that dude. That dude was great. Now everyone can talk about his CNN interview. Who cares? At least it got it out. Anthony and Opie. Yeah, I remember those guys. MGTOW, Cowboy, Tom Likas. Yeah, I would say so. Tom Likas. Blow me up, Tom. Take your red pill every day. My godfather going my own way. He was the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. Essay on women. Oh, I don't know that. I'll check that out. Tom is the greatest of all time. I would agree. Tom up there. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff out there. And he's funny. Let's see. Women over 35 aren't living too well with 3 or 4 roommates, right? This is true. Good. QB Film Room. Good. I don't know. If it's freezing, I'm feel bad. I can't. I don't know. Kids probably playing Xbox. If they have a phone, red flag. Yep, they all do. If some chick asks you about what your red flags are, any woman with a phone, see what she says. What about Alex Jones? I like Alex Jones. He's more of the conspiracy godfather. Who just said... Shoot. The Matrix, yes, I have 3 Windows phones, best phones, but no apps. They are the best phones. Loved it. Loved that phone I got. No apps. Better than any Apple and Android. And it was Windows. Big John is dropping red pills on his the Prepared Mind channel through his being a prepper, but nothing to do with female nature. More on a global red pill perspective. Red pill opens you up to everything: government, female nature, building yourself up, protection, confidence in other people around you, things like that. Andrew Dice Clay, that's right. Yeah, I would agree. Jack and Jill, I remember that one, Tom. Tom Likas, I still listen to Likas all the time. I love that dude. Yeah, have a couple open Likas, just kick back. Thinking Ape. Yeah, Barbarossa. Sandman, he's good, but I don't know. So for some reason, his voice drives me nuts. I mean, I like some of his stuff. You know who's getting big? Better Bachelor. He's over 300,000 subscribers. And I think he does it in a way that doesn't ruffle feathers that much. He just reads articles. And he's very, very optimistic than pessimistic. We do need a gathering. Let's go to San Diego in September. Get us a couple tent sites. Alex Jones is a hustler, but exposes the globalist agenda. Yeah, I mean, he's, you got to be crazy. How about David Icke? You guys like David Icke? The MGTOW Solution Channel. Michael Savage, The Savage Nation, Jay Stowe, yeah. Yeah. Borders, language, culture, right? Miguel Angel Calavid Parra. Bro, you might need insurance if you have kids under 18. You never know. My youngest is he's 2 years left of school, so he's a beneficiary of everything. So if I go, he'll have plenty. But yeah, I think you're right. Don't forget Coltane, Atrocious says. Yeah. You still got your Windows Phone. I still got mine, but I needed all these stupid apps for work. Mayor of the channel. Crazy thing is Alex Jones has been more right than wrong lately. Yeah. I mean, he's got some crazy ideas, but I like it. Dude, he puts himself out there. He's confident. He's doing nothing different than Tom Likas did for relationships. He's exposing the nature of the globalist agenda. Stardust, the Thinking Ape. Is the Thinking Ape still around, or did he get kicked out? You guys remember Angry MGTOW? And then there was this black dude that would wear a MGTOW hat, and he had glasses. I remember I listened to him all the time. And then all of a sudden he's gone. He probably they shit canned him too. So anyhow, when I first did this channel, all I cared about was like 50 people. If I could help 50 guys, that's all I cared about. Actually, if I could help one person, and I did it more for myself, but I wanted it. I just realized that, that we need so many voices. If you only got 4 or 5 of these guys doing it, we need everybody putting channels out. We need this information to disseminate to everybody. The kid in the house, all these people being named, but it's not them, it's you. When you hear them after what you've experienced, it's just affirmation. I would agree, 100%. Yeah, now my experience is my experience, and hopefully it helps others. I have very similar experiences to others on the board, others that listen, and it's all about helping someone understand that if you choose her, you have a 98% chance of having a miserable life. There, I said it. If you choose you have a let's just give it 90% chance, if you're driven, to have a wonderful life, if not 100% chance. Where are you going to put your investment? You or her? It's just a choice. Yeah, I saw that with Hammerhand. He's a cool dude too. Lewis Black, do you think he should be MGTOW material? I don't know. I think so. I mean, he's got some good guys on his channel. There's so much content out there. I got to choose who I watch. There are a few places in America for any real men. I would agree. Have you had any threats from the Alphabet Soup group? No. And the only way this channel goes off the air is if it's taken down. James Miller, in the house. My ex-wife made me red-pilled after she stole all my money. Well, my ex-wife was the catalyst for me finding out about the Crimson Capsule, so I agree. Mr. Proteus, basic introduction. Paul Proteus was good too. I remember him. He was in that dark room all the time, but he had some good stuff. You know what's great about this philosophy or this idea is it doesn't matter your color of your skin. Well, there's an Asian guy that he did stuff with Big John. He kind of a quirky looking Asian guy, but he was great. He had some good content. And the black guys, my favorite YouTuber right now has been Greg Adams. And Greg doesn't like play any sort of card. We don't need to play cards here. We are men. That is what we have in common. Who cares what you look like? We have the same brain. We do not have a female brain. We need to unite on how to understand the female brain. Right? MGTOW exposed passed away. Did not know that. Let's see. It's therapeutic to talk about female nature. We don't, again, my channel is not about hating women. And I get really irritated. You guys, go watch my video on online dating as a waste for men. It's up to 10,000 views right now. I got 4 or 5 women that they respond. I just keep the comments on there. I mean, they say the dumbest things. Like, who hurt? It's just great. You got to respond to them. It's understanding female nature for us to have a better life. This is all it is. This is all the game is. Do you want a better life? Yes. Then understand female nature. Understand our brains are different. Understand that if you put her first, you will suffer. The return on investment is not there. And that is the bottom line. If that's all you get from me and everybody else, focus on yourself, chase excellence, and put yourself first. If you do the opposite, you'll be broken up, you'll be cheated on, you might spend your time basically becoming a shell of once who you were. It's going to be very difficult during those hurricanes if you don't understand female nature to deal with it. You're going to be shunned to a man cave. You could potentially lose your kids, your household, and your life. Now, there are exceptions to the rules. That's the key. OG Lord Divine, protect your seed at all cost. 100%, they are treacherous. We talk about it. You got to listen to it. You got to take that pill every day. It is a vitamin because it's so easy to see a beautiful woman and be bamboozled. And Greg Adams talks about it. I talk about it. You just have to understand underneath that beauty is a female-driven brain, which is their biology. Now, if we understand this, we can still intermingle and associate, have short-term flings, and know that anything longer than 6 weeks is going into treacherous territory. Guys, if you don't believe me, go for 6 weeks. Within 4 weeks, within 3 weeks, you'll see what's up. Andrew, you're an American living in Vietnam, man. Dude, that's great. I'd love to hear more about that. Is it cheap? Do they like? I heard they like whiter skinned people, but I could be wrong. I think there's good women. I do. But I think good women are hard to find. And I think most women are driven by attention and validation. And they have a hive-minded material perspective where they are seeking protection and provisions. That's it. If you can't provide both of those, if you're nice, that's not protector. Jordan Peterson did a deal on it. If you are nice to them, they see weakness. Weakness equals lack of protection. If you lose your job and cannot sustain her financially, you are not a provider. And in today's age, you have to make a lot of money. If you make $1 million, she's going to want you to make $2 million the next year. You see, it always scales higher and higher and higher. There's never a house good enough. There's never a car good enough. There's never a vacation good enough. Do you want to submit to that sort of mentality for the rest of your life? That's what you got to ask yourself. Is it you or her? Okay? If you do what women say, your life will be destroyed. I would agree. Mentally, physically, there is a 2% chance it'll be improved. So let's give the 2%ers their, let's clap for them. What about Red Pill Men's Health? I watched some of his stuff. I'm not a big fan of Gregory. I liked him in the beginning a little. He's got some good. He puts out a lot of content. He gets a lot of eyeballs, which I think is great. I think his channel slowed down, and he talks a lot about celebrities, and I don't know if celebrity marriages and things like that. Hypergamy is embedded in good women too. Yep. Female nature. Yep. Good women still have female nature. But sick Vlad, I've listened to him. I saw he did a video last week that I thought was all right. But I don't really, maybe once a month I'll check his channel out. He doesn't seem to respond to comments, and he should. He should be part of his community. He doesn't know everything on Red Pill. He has his experience, and that's it. He says he doesn't watch any other Red Pill channels. I watch a ton of Red Pill channels. It's like, do you think Tom Brady just sits around and doesn't watch any other football teams? That guy studies film all week long, his competition, what he's seeing out there on the gridiron, right? He's a student of his craft every single day. And so if you're not watching other Red Pill channels and getting different perspectives, how can you be the leader? You can't. Or how can you have increased content? Because watching others gives you more ideas about what you've gone through in life. It actually helps to make better content, in my book. We all intermingle our messages and our information and our experience. They're all very similar. David knocking on your door. Everyone should check out Rumble app for Android and iPhone. No censorship and banning. Interesting. I'll check it out. Mr. Yamabito A. I choose me, brother. Father Saunders in the house. Me. That was my grandmother's maiden name, Saunders. From Idaho, Dr. Dre, Bess Bezos, and Steph Curry. Not good enough. Nor was Michael Jordan, nor was Brad Pitt, nor was Trump, nor was Tom Likas. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, if you're rich and famous, if you're a nobody, it's female nature. Big Dale helps you learn not only about female, but the world as is. I would agree. When my ex left in 14, I had $40 in my pocket. Today, after a few years, I am a millionaire. There you go. Miktowski just completed the circle. This is what you can do. All the energy leaves the ex and focuses on him building a better life. Proud of you, brother. Most are good women until you get married. I did a video about, I believe the marriage is planned the divorce is planned during the engagement. And I stand by that. Or pretend to be good. Yeah. They're great actresses. Remember, a woman's tears in front of you are not real. They're real when she's alone by herself. Greater, richer, more alpha men couldn't make it work either. Brad Pitt, guys. Brad Pitt in the last 50 years, besides, I think him and Cruise, I would give him, Cruise is more money, but Brad Pitt's the bomb. Good looking dude from the Midwest. He's got some real liberal policy. He probably does it because he has to. But he's probably, I bet he's more conservative underneath the hood than he leads on to believe. Rides motorcycles. And she dumps him, I guarantee she's going to be a lesbian. What guy's going to want that? What guy can fill Brad Pitt's shoes? And who would want to? Are you kidding me? You'd be last just dating the gal. She'd talk about him the whole time, guarantee it. They're all unicorns until they are not. Oh, 100%. And ain't that the truth? What defines a good woman? I think the jury's still out on that, OG Lord Divine. The only neighbor out of the rest that was married now baited and switched. the way her and her daughter behaves is weird. Yes, women and their older daughters, their teenage, lower 20, they have weird relationships. It's very odd. My sisters were never friends with my mom. My mom was the mom. Now it's like they're best friends. It's weird. The kid, she would never do that. Then she does it. Never say never, fellas. Watch Fight Club and fight emasculation. Fight Club's great. What's the first rule of Fight Club, right? What do you think we ought to do if we want to have children in this day and age? Jen Nam says, well, you know what? Let's have the group respond. I think having kids in today's age is risky. Now, people talk about surrogates, but there's two issues with that. There's no mother in the life, and I think kids need a mom and a dad. Now, we know what happens when there's a mom and a dad. The risk involved in being in a married, committed relationship is very, very extremely high. If you get divorced, you don't get the kids unless you've got some hook. And parental alienation is huge. Okay. Number two, if you go and have a kid with a surrogate, you could have a neighbor, you could have a school teacher say that there's some funny stuff happening and making a lie up, and the state takes the kids away. Or you could have a perfect upbringing. Now, the third option, I don't think is a very suitable or solid option. So those first two scenarios is the same. If you want to, surrogacy would be the best way to go, but it also brings a lot of issues. So keep that in mind. Having kids is it's not, we as men want to create and extend our seed. There is nothing wrong about it. It's just the time we live in is not beneficial for men. That's all I'm going to say. It's up to you. If you want to gamble, go get married, have a kid, and see if you can run it. Know this information. That might help. But 80% of women, the divorce rate is not 50%. You're divorced physically, emotionally, mentally, and sexually when you get married. That's right, Matt. But, you think about it. Know the risks and rewards. Study them very well. Stay strong. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. So, again, are you going to pick you or her? Risks and rewards for both. Even picking yourself. But the return on investment is much, much greater, where the return on investment with her is potentially non-existent. I could be wrong. Jen Nam, you are 100% right. Of course. But you need to decide now how you do it. Right? Do you roll the dice, go get married and have kids? Jennifer Aniston. Angelina Jolie, she has an Android. Jennifer Aniston has an iPhone. There you go. Yep, Jawara is 100% right. Yep. Here, we live in a world, guys. And Jen Nam, think about this. You got a neighbor that's a woman. She doesn't like the fact that a man's raising a kid. She calls the Department of CSF, Child Services. You got cops out there in 20 minutes. Now you're accused of something. And you don't even have a mother or a wife. That's what or a school teacher, or a church member, or somebody that sees you, or a grocery clerk. There's risks and rewards of even surrogacy. 100%, Jawara. Timmy Kramer, I found out 16 months ago I have a supposed 32-year-old daughter. Wow. That would be interesting. Return and report. Some men are okay getting screwed over. Let's not forget there are more simps than red pill men. Let's not act like red pill men are everywhere. We are a rare breed. I would agree. There are more simps now than ever before. Yes. Yes. A simp will die by the sword. A simp will protect the woman with the sword, and that woman will take the sword and stab him right in the back. That is modern day. Again, it's you or her. You or her. Choose this day whom you will serve. There are two roads. One road leads to a place of peace, the other doesn't. It leads to a place of peace in your fantasy land and companionship, but that's in fantasy land. You might as well go to, Peter Pan land. I bet you'd have more success finding Peter Pan than being happy after several years of marriage. And I said, my parents are still married, but they've weathered so many storms. I know they hated each other for 3 decades, but now they have each other. They made it through it, and I think they found a respect for each other. I don't know. I could be wrong, but they're still together. They both need each other. Different time, right? Who will you serve, yourself or her? This is all we're doing. The guys that serve the women and get brokenhearted, a guy gets thrown for a loop. It hurts. It hurts to get broken up by a woman. It hurts the rejection. It hurts. Some guys don't make it out alive. Some guys, it ruins them. And the reality is this. We don't want that to happen anymore. And heartbreak's horrible. I've been through it, guys. I put her on a pedestal. I put her in the fantasy land. I thought I was all my fault. And then I realized I met others that had the same experience. And I started learning female nature. I believed the story that the Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck talked about. But that story was not real. But I thought it was. I tried everything to make that story real. And then it happened. And I was divorced, and now I'm in the divorce club. And I'm in the 50-50, the custody, the back and forth, the child support. And then you pull yourself up from your straps and you start realizing that you're the prize. You don't believe it at first. It takes a long time to believe it. And then you start seeing it. You start seeing others that have gone through it. You remember the guy that got divorced in your neighborhood when you were 12 years old. Then you start seeing it. How come the kids never come around? Right? Back in the 80s, early 90s. That's what happens. Thanks, Andrew. My ex's lawyer trained my 2 daughters what to say in court. Yes. Spent 50 grand and I haven't seen them in 6 years. You stay consistent. You stay stable. They will come back around, hopefully. But you rest your head knowing you did everything you could to get your daughters. As my attorney told me. With no wife or kids, my sister will get everything. Yep, perfect. So that is the deal. I mean, the man with no name in the house. It does. But she's half the equation too. Unfortunately, they think they're 100% of the equation. So guys, this is real stuff. This is real life living. It is painful to go through any sort of rejection, breakup, someone being unfaithful to you, a divorce, losing your kids. Men love their kids. And when you don't see them, I know a guy right now, he can't see his kids. His wife took a protective order out on him for her and the kids. He's struggling. Comes over all the time. And he's on the ledge, man. I'm worried about him. But this is why we do this. This is why we're here. This is helping every single one of us understand the reality of giving your whole life, heart, and resources to a woman and what that can do to you. This is life changing information. I wish I knew it. Luckily, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't stumble on Big John. I don't know what I would have done. See you later, Matt. I can't even look at chicks the same. When you open your eyes up, you start seeing there's a rage that goes through you. But you know what the great thing is? Sick, Vlad, you have a superpower. You can see what's under everything. You got X-ray vision, man. You know it. You know they're seeking attention. They want your eyeballs on them. They want you to say and smile. They want everything from you, and you don't give it to them. That drives them nuts. You have a superpower that is unparalleled. And all that energy that you once would give into a woman, now you can put on yourself and become a millionaire like Mikotowski. Right? You can do it in a couple years. Pay down your debt, grow, travel. Guys, it's a wonderful life. Absolutely, Jawara. They are hot until you picture them in a courtroom. Oh, yeah, it happened to me. You know what? They are hot until you picture them on the toilet. Think about that. Brass tacks, your soul for her whole. Huh. I think you just nailed it. Skate Vids, what was your career path? Sales. Sales. If you sell anything and make a ton of money. You can sell mailboxes. You could sell roofing tile. It doesn't matter. Anything in the building supply right now, it's going nuts. Sell it. Go get a job selling construction material. You will always make a ton of money. Medical supplies, dental supplies, veterinarian supplies. Sorry to hear that, Tron. That's why you stick on these channels and you keep building yourself. Your boys will wake up someday. There have been guys on my channel that said my mom took us when we were young. They have a better relationship with their dad now at age 21 or 18 when they found out about him. And the dad said, look, I didn't leave. She took you guys. And now the boys don't talk to the mom. Stay stable. Do not talk negative. Stay positive. Build yourself. It's only it's ticking by the time these kids wake up. They'll probably wake up when they're 12, 13. Why can't we see my dad? Thanks, guys. We're mental. We got an operating system. We know what up. We're logic. They'll find crazy. With girls, I think it's harder. You know, of course you're struggling. I'd struggle too. There was a time when she tried for 3 months. I know what it's like. A lot of guys know what it's like. But you, in the end, will be the victor. You just have to be patient. You be patient. Mod Max saved over 10 grand getting away from the black hole. Tuna boat. That's what the red pill does to you. Yes, Scott does lay it down. Stay strong. In Australia, having parental alienation is real. Most women won't even follow the decree. I had a friend, he spent $500,000 so far. The judge gave him 50-50. She wouldn't let the kids go. He has spent $500,000 to get this woman to comply. And he's got tons of money. And even then, they'll do what they want because they have a vagina and breasts. And they can throw the tears out at any time. Scott, I've been there, my friend. We're behind you all the way. You ever need support, advice, what happened in my issue, send me an email, rebelagainstthefeed@gmail.com. You can give him, I'll give you my number. You can call me up anytime. Women don't care about hurting the kids to get what they want. 100% the man with no name. Mm-hmm. So we're all here for brotherhood. right? Yeah, 500K, and he's still not out of it. His monthly lawyer fees are $20,000 a month. MGTOW goes beyond female nature. Now they are like road signs. I can see clearly. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect analogy there, McTowski. 12, 13, and 16. All right, you're in a perfect position right now, my friend Trong. They're going to wake up. Now you might have one of them side with you, and hopefully they'll all side with you. But there's always one that kind of sides with the mom. It's just normal. Don't worry about it. You stay consistent. Birthday cards, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, love. I love you. Hugs, consistency. They will find out who crazy is if they haven't found out. They're probably scared of telling their mom they want to stay. That's normal. Oh, Scott, geez Louise, brother. My heart's out to you, man. My heart's out to you. You got this. You got this. Be patient. Keep your nose clean. Keep your nose clean. Remember that court, who they side with. Any little issue, any altercation, any weird texts. If you were upset, you write an email to yourself as if you were sending it to her and then delete it. Get that shit out of you. And you ever need anything to talk about, I'm always here. I'll make time for you anytime. That goes for every one of you. Yep. We're all behind Scott, Trong, all the guys that have parental alienation, all the guys that are dealing with a delusional ex-wife or a delusional estranged wife or a delusional wife. Okay? Let's help each other out. You got it right, Timmy. You're pulling a late one. I got no problem. We need to help all men. You know what's funny? I don't understand this whole stupid racism crap. Like, if you really think about it, all men have the same damn brain. I was in my hotel and talking to this black guy. He went to Crenshaw High School with Dr. Dre, and he knows Ice. He's showing me pictures of him with Suge Knight, and his name was Kermit. Lives in Venice Beach in a purple house. He gave me his info. We hung out, had tacos and stuff, and he was like, "Man, I'm not married." I mean, he was totally red pill, had a business and everything down there, and we were talking. I brought up Dre. I go, "You know Dr. Dre?" He goes, "Oh, absolutely." He goes, "He's really good friends with Snoop Dogg. Like, Snoop lived in his block," and I said, "I like Snoop Dogg when he came out." It's funny because Snoop Dogg's got a line in one of his songs, which I think is the most red pill. NWA was very red pill, but I said, he said in his song that he says, "She's earning, she's learning, earning, and burning her man. Learning, trying to figure the guy out, earning him, and then burning him." Is that not an engagement to a divorce? Is that not Dr. Dre? Earning or learning, earning, burning my man, burning her man. So he was saying that, we're talking about Dr. Dre. He did beats, and he's a pretty smart dude. But look at Dre. And I'm not a huge hip hop guy. I like some of their stuff, but he was in the hospital from all of the stress that his ex has done. And now she's trying to go after him for more. Angelina Jolie is taking Brad Pitt back on child abuse when he has been cleared 3 times by 3 different agencies. I just read that yesterday. Google Brad Pitt. Guys, it's just not happening in normal Joe Schmoes. It's happening to everyone. If you have a Oscar Mayer wiener, you are at a disadvantage. 10K a month, OG Lord. He's up to 500 grand. It's been 4 years. There is a delusion that they want to fight, fight, fight. Look at Dre's wife, what she's done. She's going back again, making shit up. They want to hurt the man. I think she's upset because she gave him 26 years. She can't get those 26 years back. You see what they do? They want to become a born-again virgin. Lobo Red Pialor, good to see you. Good to see you. Where are you at? Lobo is a wolf. Yeah, Scott, dude, seriously, shoot me an email anytime. Anytime. Might take a couple hours, but I will respond. Whatever you need. You need someone to listen to you, I'll listen, man. I have been across I've been in that courtroom so many times. Temporary orders, you name it. I know what it's like. You name it. The shit they say, the lies they make up, what they try to do. This is why we band together. We band together. You keep watching these channels. You watch Big John. Big John still got videos out there. He was known as MGTOW's Freedom. He mentally abused me. Yeah, mental abuse. They say, you know what every woman's divorce papers say? He emotionally, mentally, and financially abused me. That's their whole game plan, man. You tell them no, it's mental abuse. And it hurts when someone says that because you're probably a good dude. We're all good dudes. We put houses and roofs over their heads. We worked while they were pregnant, while they gave birth. We were there cutting the cord. And this is the crap. Mine said I didn't go to the games. I coached 9 out of 10 years. I have 40 different pictures of me as the head coach. She said I didn't coach or go to the games. I wasn't involved. We showed that to the judge. It's probably why we won, because you read through it. Like, this chick is a liar. Keep your nose up, Scott. Keep your nose up. You're going to prevail. It might not be right now, but eventually you will. And you're fighting. You go down fighting. You're not giving up. You're not going to let her win. You can make her break by you being patient and stable and strong. Your mantra is, she does not get rewarded in breaking a family up. And you stick to that until it becomes reality. They do have a handbook. Of course they do. Guys, go read The Predatory Female. Go watch it. Go read it. It's online. Read about it. Even the church women, the Christian women, the Catholic women, the women that are the nice ones that hold the pancake breakfast for the July 4th veterans, they'll hurt you too. Hoax 20. They do it because they want to hurt the man. 100%. Why would she make that shit up? When clearly I have trophies and pictures of me as the head coach. Because her attorney told her to do that. Because her friends try to think I would cave. Do not cave, Scott or Trom. And every day you wake up and you say it 100 times. I am the victor. I am victorious. And you believe it. And you make that become real. And it will be real. Do not let her win. And she wins when you get sad. Remember that. That was taught to me real early on. If you get sad, Brad, she wins. You don't get sad. You get even. And you win. And you win by making the best version of yourself while you don't have your kids. Because they need the best version of their dad. You hold on to that. Father Saunders, through 834 days. It's over 2 years. You never stopped fighting. It took a total of 1,200 days to go to get. Good for you, man. You kept fighting. And those kids one day will always know that. I went on the Hall & Oates Man-Eater video and commented this. Saw my brothers who went to family court. Stay strong. Real love is for your kids and pets. Everything else is conditional. Stay strong. Oh, yep. Everything else is conditional, man. Trong, she went straight to social media claiming mentally abused me to justify her story. Yeah, well, that, it's a woman that does that. They know it's not true. They know that woman's seeking attention. So guess what? You win by stating that you win and by being a strong man that chases excellence. Right? Does the men have to pay for both attorneys? No. Unless you have a dick judge, but typically not. Unless it's mediated. Women put that in their decrees all the time. They never, no. Nope. I know it depends on your jurisdiction, but I've never heard it unless the guy volunteers it. And why would you volunteer to pay for a woman that's going to use a guy to destroy you? Doesn't make any sense. Yep, The Manipulated Male. Yep, and Lawrence Shannon. Read those 2 books, man. Read those 2 books. The reality is we are here for one another, helping, good to see you, Timmy, helping each other along the way, helping each other find peace through the treacherous waters of relationships. Understanding that the female brain is different from ours and how to coexist. And certain pitfalls to avoid, risks and rewards. 2.5 Men can red pill you fast. And nowadays it'd be canceled quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Married with Children, Archie Bunker. Back in those days, happy days, geez. Happy days. You want to be the Fonz who got all the chicks. He never had long-term relationships. I think there's red pill that red pill started in the Bible. The reality is putting your emphasis into a relationship has the potential to destroy you. Has the potential to make your life uneasy. Has the potential for you to lose everything. Okay? So choose very well tonight, my friends. You or her. I'm going to cut it off here. So rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, men first. Good night, gents.